Yeah. Full exposure dance off.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I see we are going the Austin Powers route today.
Dude, Austin Powers is one of those movies that like I'll dust it off every like couple of years and watch all three of them all the way through.
Yeah.
They don't hold up super well, but
I didn't think that they did.
We got Chris Parrish already in the chat. Hello,
Wow.
Chris Parrish. How are you, bud?
Chris is just vibing with us.
Yeah. So what's up? What's new? Welcome to For Exposure, your independent wrestling show on Love Wrestling. We got a lot to unpack today, man.
We have so much.
GCW, IWS, which is about to start here in the next hour and a half or so. Maybe 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock. Starts at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bunch of the boys running around that arena right now. So maybe you'll see them pop in here or there. I sent them the link just in case, maybe live on location. So
you never know.
Very cool stuff. I watched GCW last night. I thought that was a fun show. There's a GCW card tonight in Indianapolis. I can't believe I didn't go.
No kidding. That's like next door for you.
To be completely honest, no joke. I was sitting there last night, Mrs. Pluggo. I was watching GCW, and I was like, oh, shoot, they are in Indianapolis. Why didn't I even think about that? I could have made the trip down today, but that's all right. I'm doing this instead.
Yeah, you'd much rather be here than
with my best friend. Opposed to down in GCW hanging out with our new best friend Joey Janela.
Yeah, me or Joey Janela. Come on. Obviously, it's Janela, but
well, you know how that. So if I could steal the stage for a minute, no joke. Last night, I knew The Rock was going to be on SmackDown, and I was like, let me watch this and I'll catch GCW after. I'll just catch up. Well, my internet crashed right as SmackDown was getting started. And so all of the kids Dad, the internet's down. So of course they all come downstairs and they're bored out of their minds and they start screwing around, playing around downstairs. Then all of a sudden they're like, can we play Xbox? Which of course is hooked up to the TV I was going to watch SmackDown on. And I just went, sure, why not? So I sat in my kitchen at my kitchen bar and watched GCW on my iPad because I don't have the Fox Sports app on my iPad. So I ended up just watching GCW last night instead, and Joey Janela followed us. So
how was GCW?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good show. There was some, shenanigans. I didn't watch the main event because I fell asleep, so I'll have to circle back and watch Mance Warner versus Manders, but I'm sure that ruled. Mm-hmm. But, it was a good time. I really enjoy the GCW card because it always mixes up something for everybody. There's your hardcore stuff. There's your technical wrestling. There's your lucha if you want it. It's everything, man. It was a good time.
You get a big variety with GCW, and that's what I like. You're not just going to get 8 high-flying matches. You're going to get the blood. You're going to get the technical. You'll get, the high-flying, but it's a mixed bag, and that's what I like.
Yeah, I mean, we had Billy Starks and Killer Kelly leading it off, which ruled. Yeah. And then Speedball Mike Bailey and Alex Zane, literally no joke, early candidate for Banger of the Month for me. That was such a fun match. It was only March 1st, and they put on a killer match. So, yeah, it was a good time. Blake Christian retained over John Wayne Murdoch. I thought that match was a lot of fun. I mean, good card all the way around. I'm glad I almost made it.
No.
I was sitting there like this, and they had Blake Christian and Murdoch, and I go, okay, that was the main event, right? And then they're like, there's one more. I was like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I have to call it. I couldn't make it.
It's like when a band you're going to see is like, yeah, we're coming back out for the encore. And then you're like, I wanted to go home.
Right. Yeah, the show wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't for a lack of good show. It was just me being exhausted and old.
That's fair.
So
you mentioned the bangers of the month. And that is a new feature here. Do you want to give our February picks now, or do you want to preview IWS and then do our bangers of the month?
Why don't we do our bangers of the month now in hopes that maybe one of those live on location boys from IWS might stop in and say hi during our preview. So
because we are going to take a look at the IWS. We're going to break down the card, give some thoughts on that. But we do have our
Speaking of bangers of the month, my smoking hot wife, Mrs. Pluggo. Hi, honey.
Hey,
how are you? What's up? Good looking. She bought a big ass chair today, dude.
Yeah,
it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. I'll show you. I'll send you pictures later.
Hell yeah! Gonna be of you snugsing in there, just getting all cuddled up.
No,
little blanket.
I don't think I'm allowed in said chair.
Yeah, right.
No, she'd be like, no, this is just for her. But yes. Bangers of the month. This was your idea. This was actually a great idea. This was the brainchild idea was, let's get like a monthly list of 2 to 5 matches that we really like. So at the end of the year, we can say, look at all of this cool stuff we watched. We saw.
What we'll do is we'll throw yours up. You can talk about, what the new additions, I'll recap the old ones. You can tell me about the new ones. And then
my chair only. Thanks.
For the people who are watching, they'll know that like, hey, kickoff every month, we're going to be adding more matches to these lists. So by the end of 2024, you'll have, 30 some odd matches that you could be like, hey, this is a solid playlist to go check out and just watch some great wrestling.
And again, spoiler or full disclosure, we only watch what we can watch. So if there's something we missed, that's what you, the fan, need to say, hey, go check this out.
Yeah.
And we'll go watch it. But there's only so much time in the day.
Hey, and I'll be honest, there's one match I haven't watched yet. I won't say what it is. It's from February, but like when when I do watch it, I might be adding it to my list. So
there you go.
So
yeah,
here's your bangers of 2024 so far.
Well, we already talked about January, right? When we did this the first time, but we put it on the list. So if we move over to the February, obviously I love Masha Slamovich, Jordan Oliver for the J Cup Championship. Her dethroning Jordan Oliver, big time moment. She had a really fun run in the J Cup. So did Jordan Oliver. I almost put Oliver and Wayne on here from the J Cup, but I couldn't do it over Masha winning it. Alley Catch and Matt Warner from last week was insane. Oh my! Her mother got involved. It was just the storytelling in the match for Mansour taking out Effie and Allie being Effie's best friend. It really had me going. And then Mike Bailey and Mustafa Ali from Prestige. I mean, I don't really need to keep going. That right there says enough. I mean, I have a feeling that Ali and Mike Bailey over the course of the next 10 months are going to make my list quite a bit. So go check that out. Prestige was really fun. Hell, like I said at the top, Speedball had a banger last night. I know Mustafa Ali had a really good one at Warrior last night too. So.
And the Speedball Mustafa match, that is actually up on their YouTube. They have it up on their Twitter. So if you go to the Prestige Twitter account, go to their YouTube, you can watch that match for free. You don't need IWTV. You don't need anything like that. It is free for you to check out.
Yeah.
In all of its glory.
And if I could just if I'm an independent wrestling promotion right now that got Mustafa Ali to come and wrestle for me, I would be putting that match out for free. I would be promoting because that's how you're going to get the eyeballs on your product and be like, look what we can do. Because I have a feeling Mustafa Ali is going to go on a hell of a run in 2024, and then he's going to end up maybe signing somewhere or lessen his dates because he won he's TNA X Division champ. So those commitments are going to take precedent over other commitments. So enjoy them while you can, man.
At least he did something right.
I just think, that's your like Prestige putting it out for free on their YouTube and saying, hey, look what we can do. Oh, see what happens. What's going? Oh, and he's gone.
Oh, wait till he's established.
So you do your bangers of the month of February. And we'll see what happens there.
So I had 2 from January: Nick Wayne versus Leo Rush, and Jacob and Zilla Fatu versus Main Event. My one addition for February was from West Coast Pro Under the Bridge. It happened 2 weeks ago. It was Black Taurus and Lost Vipers versus Leo Rush, Jacob Fatu, and Lee Moriarty. This match was ridiculous. You had lots of high flying, lots of lucha style wrestling, but then you also had Black Taurus and Jacob Fatu, who are 2 solid dudes. And the power they were able to show off, the moves they were able to do was absolutely incredible. So this was up on their YouTube page. I think it's still there, but it might be kind of hidden. So if you do a little bit of digging, be a little sneaky.
You love yourself. You love you some Black Taurus, man.
Yeah, I love Black Taurus.
I know. I've just noticed that. I've noticed that over the last few shows, you're just a big Black Taurus
I'm
fan.
hyping Black Taurus big time, and truth be told, I'm waiting for our guest to give us a thumbs up that they are okay if we add them. So definitely check that out. We've got,
one of them has added themselves.
He just decided to add himself, and there's the other.
I didn't add myself. It just happens automatically. Oh, Mike be writing too.
What's up, Zach? What's up, Lawrence? Where are you guys at today?
Hey, what the fuck? Am I not liver? We are
Huh?
literally outside of the venue right now.
Is that Mike? Are you putting Mike to work?
Mike's lighting me.
It's about time he helped out around here.
That's awesome. So for those that don't know, this is Lawrence, Zach, and Mike and Mindy. They're over at IWS UNFNSANCTIONED right now, hanging out outside, it looks like.
How hyped up are you two for the show tonight?
What?
How excited are you two for the show?
Oh, I'm so excited. Again, we were just in there. The energy is like so very positive right now. Everyone's celebrating the fact that they're here for the 25th anniversary of the IWS, and I think something special is going to happen tonight on Triller Plus.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Look at Lawrence. Did I stare you off into the arena?
Yeah.
Lawrence is just grinning ear to ear right now.
Oh man,
I have to squat. Zach is short.
It's true.
Lawrence, how hyped are you for tonight?
I am so excited. Like, we have been interviewing people.
Okay,
We've
my
been
bad.
watching people set up their matches. Like, when I tell you this is going to be an amazing show worthy of the 25 years, it's going to be amazing. Like, Manny's going to go out in that main event. Everyone is so excited. There's going to be a nice tribute video up front, which you should definitely watch. From the pre-show to the main event, every match is going to be amazing. I can tell you that right now.
That's all. I'm hyped on the card tonight because I mean we haven't previewed anything yet. We were waiting for you guys to join us, just to get some thoughts on that. But like from top to bottom, this is a stacked card. Whether it's the main event, whether it's the tag match, the women's championship match, every single match has high stakes, incredible wrestlers being involved with it, and I cannot wait for tonight.
Hey, fellas, I'm going to get off camera and get out of the rain, but ask me about my pants.
Yeah, what about your pants?
I'm in my pants.
Oh, look at those. Oh, showing them. Look at he has got some legs on him. What's up, stud?
He's got legs and he knows how to use them.
And he knows how to use them.
All right,
match?
fellas.
All right.
Wait, sorry, you're about to ask?
Oh, I was just going to ask real quick, what match you guys most looking forward to tonight?
Why don't you go first?
Look, there are two that I'm very excited for. You've got Ben Ortman's Speedball Mike Bailey, Mark Stone going at it. And you've also the main event is going to be absolutely fuck wild. Just violence. They're going to be using up every inch of this place. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I am really excited for the tag team championship match. Again, Fresh Air had to vacate the titles pending Hot Stepper's injury, but we still got a great triple threat between the Bay City Choir Boys, Dynasty, and of course, amazingly sweet Lawrence. I'm very excited. This is going to be fun.
What about Mike? What is Mike thinking? Is he still with
Mike
you?
disappeared. He was tired of hunching by my camera because he's very tall and I'm very short.
That's awesome, boys. I hope you guys have a blast, man.
Yeah.
We're
Are we
gonna
gonna?
Happy
Are we
stream,
gonna? Is
fellas.
the vlog will be out soon?
Yep.
Oh yeah. We got some good content.
Oh hell
Nice.
yeah! Hell yeah! You guys have fun tonight. Be safe.
Yeah.
Don't be used as a weapon.
Can't
No
promise
promises.
anything. Yeah.
It's gonna be light tubes, and then someone's gonna grab Zach too and just
Yeah.
smack him.
Those pants. He's ready. He doesn't think he's a wrestler. All right, boys.
later,
Have a lot of fun. Love you.
Well, that was a nice little surprise.
That was a cool little run in. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
over at IWS. I will tell you, like, I didn't know much about IWS before working here, and then listening to them talk about it, and then us starting to cover it. It's become one of my must-watch independent wrestling shows. So I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Somebody's gonna get hurt though. It's gonna
Mostly.
be violent. It's uneffing sanctioned.
Yeah.
But yes, before they hopped in, those were our bangers of the month of January and February.
Yes.
We are, like I said, going to compile those every month and let you know what you should be watching or what we think you should be watching.
I might have one more. We'll see. I still have to watch it. I won't say what it is. I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Have I seen it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. So we'll come beginning of April. If you notice one more on there for February, you'll know that I watched it. So.
If you notice, I keep adding to it. All right, that's fine. It's allowed. It's an interchangeable list.
Yeah.
Hey, Ophelia's here. Hi, Ophelia. How are you? She
What's
said,
up,
"Oh,
Ophelia?
hello there." Well, hello, Ophelia.
I know Ophelia.
The greatest of all time, Ophelia Payne, aka the Between Two Beards statistician.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to be taking a look at the IWS. We got some very fancy graphics done up by Zach because we talked about it last week, and the graphics they don't fit the whole screen. So Zach
yeah, I know that was an interesting choice on their part. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So Zach came to the rescue.
And like I said yesterday, imagine waking up and imagine thinking Zach ain't the fucking goat.
He's the king shit of Turd Town. I'll say that much.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Okay. So we are going to throw up some fancy graphics. Oh, I'm just messing with my screen. Let's talk about. How about I'm just going to hit loop because, like I said, they're fancy graphics and
they're only 7 seconds.
So that's why I'm looping them. Okay. For a little bit.
All right. How long are you going to loop them?
I don't know.
All right.
This is what we're going to talk about first, and I'm so hyped up for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Mephisto challenging for the IWS Women's Championship against Katrina Creed, former guest of the show, Katrina Creed. We've only had a couple, but she's been one of them, and I am so excited for this match. This is a huge, huge test for Katrina, but I have no doubt that she will rise to the occasion with this one. And I'm expecting a big match. It's a huge opportunity for her to cement her legacy as that IWS Women's champion. And what better way than by a victory over the legend that is Mephisto?
Yeah, it's like a mentor-mentee or student-teacher relationship deal where, she was on this show talking about how much Mephisto's meant to her career, what, they've worked together. She's given her opportunities, but now she's saying, "Hey, it's time. I want to become Mephisto. I want to become the top dog, and the only way to do that is to aim for the top." So it's going to be interesting.
And
I hate a lot of emotions in this one.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but this is like the match that might be getting overlooked by everyone because you do have that tag match, you do have the main event, you got some big matches on this card, and I don't think that these two are getting the respect that they deserve for how incredible this match is going to be. So I am hyped up on this one.
Yeah.
You want to make a pick now, or should we make some picks later?
Oh, well, I think Katrina Creed gets it done.
So
that's where I was going. I think it's time. It's all coming together. It's all happening.
I think it's going to be an and still after.
This is a moment. This is a maker. I don't want to say make or break. I think that's too severe, but it's one of those like this would cement and put a stamp on your IWS legacy right here. If you could take out Mephisto, that's a big thing. So I think she gets it done. Let's have the moment. Hi, Mrs. Pacheco.
Oh, she already ran away.
She popped in, popped out.
Yeah. She's grabbing some sussy substances. I bought her some too. Everyone's gonna know that we're degenerates now.
That's fine. I don't hang out with anybody that isn't.
Hell yeah!
Except for Mrs. Pluggo. She's like a goody. She's good people.
She's good. She is.
I don't know why she hangs out with me.
Yeah,
I haven't figured it out. All right, who's next?
We've got for the tag team championship. It is the graphic has 4 teams, but Fresh Air had to bow out as McCray Martin is injured. So it's going to be a triple threat between the Bay City Choir Boys, Amazingly Sweet, and Dynasty. And this match, it's a ladder match. What more could you want? You know that all 3 teams, they have something to prove, and they're going to be gunning for the vacant championships right now.
I already know what you're thinking. I already saw the thinking. What's that? Did they do this? The Dynasty?
Yeah, they do that.
Right. The Dynasty. The Dynasty's good. Culp Sports Corner. Good evening, sir. Welcome in. Culp Sports Corner. You should go check him out. And look at that. Ben Omens, that stud. Wow. Ben Omens is in the house saying, "Choir Boys." The Bay City Choir Boys, I've seen a few times now, and I'm like, I like these guys. Yeah. I like the team a lot. But you know who I like even more? Amazingly Sweet. Oh. Chris Nara and Alex Mays. I love them so much. I can't ever pick against them.
It's
They're
tough
so good.
because all three teams are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Bay City Choir Boys always deliver every time. Amazingly Sweet, one of the best tag teams in wrestling right now. Count on it. And then you've got Dynasty, two great wrestlers, both using their strengths, putting on incredible matches. I'm very hyped on this one, and I have to go.
And then didn't we see a ladder in there too?
There's a ladder in it.
There's a ladder in it. Somebody's gonna jump off that thing.
Dude.
Lawrence and Zach are gonna be like, and Mike are gonna be in the crowd going, "Oh my god!" No, it's gonna be a fun. It's gonna be a fun triple threat for that tag titles. I think Amazingly Sweet gets it done though.
You know, like
you pick them.
Any three of these teams will be great tag team champions. And just know that as soon as Fresh Air's back, they're going to be gunning for those titles too, because Fresh Air, incredible team. But without a shadow of a doubt, I got to go with the Dynasty. So I'm taking Dynasty to be new IWS
Diamond Cutter
champs. Feel the bang.
Self high five.
Sure. Positively Page.
Stalker Page. Are we just naming Diamond Dallas Pages?
Yeah, Diamond Stud. Why not? Do the whole shebang.
Dude, I could use some DDP yoga right now. My back be hurting.
I know you're hyped up for this one.
Yes.
And how could you not be? You got James Stone versus Speedball Mike Bailey versus former guest of the show, Ben Ortmans.
Don't undersell Ben Ortmans like that. You mean former massive hog of the show.
I was waiting for
my
you to chime in.
My sexy brother with that massive hog, Big Ben Ortmans. I don't like that he's facing Speedball because we're Speedball stands here, but I love me some Ben Ortmans. He's looking to get back on track. Speedball. I don't know much about, what does he say, Matt Stone?
James Stone.
James Stone. Why do you think Matt? Matt Stone, Trey Parker? Maybe, I don't know.
Thinking about South Park?
Was I? I don't know. I don't watch a ton of South Park, so I don't know why that popped into my head. But yeah, this will be a fun little triple threat. And like, I saw Big Ben Ortmans' promo this past week, and he's conflicted. He's like, man, this Speedball is one of my, best friends, mentors, but I got to go in there. And then I got, James Stone in there, who I can't, he's had problems with in the past getting it done. It's going to be a good one, man. Could be a show stealer.
Three very different wrestlers in this match, but all of them with a huge opportunity, because you know that any one of them could be gunning after Benjamin Tull. So just saying,
Yeah, that Benjamin Tull. Is anybody ever going to beat him for the world for that title? If you're in the chat, smash that like button, hit that subscribe.
Yeah.
Let him know
who you got for this one, because I mean.
I can't pick against Big Ben Ortmans.
I know.
Pick against him. It's Big Ben Ortmans isn't going to get it done. He's going to get his rematch against Benjamin Tull. He's going to be holding that IWS World Championship above his head soon. That's what's going to happen because he's got one of these, dude. He's got one of these. 9 inches around. I know. Montreal doesn't appreciate Big Ben Ortmans, but I do.
9 inches around.
Yeah. think about it.
What movie is that from?
American Pie 2. Or 1. It's from the first one. Yeah, because he's at the party. Stifler. He's at the party. But they did like this. They did like pretty much the same party scene in American Pie 2 at the beginning, because they got busted by the cops, and that's why they ended up at the beach house. Yeah. But yeah, I think it was the first one. He's like, dude,
I think they did it in American Wedding too. So let's just continue on.
Stifler's gonna Stifler, man.
Yeah. We talked about Ben Tull. He is going to be facing off versus Carl Jepsen, defending his IWS World Heavyweight Championship. Now, we are not getting Meat Madness Sunday at Revolution. We are getting Meat Madness tonight in Montreal when these two
Gorilla TV, baby.
Those two are just going to go
wild. This would be the time if Benjamin Tull was going to get caught slipping against this athletic freak Carl Jepsen, who is just as big as he is and moves the way he does. It's crazy. He's so good. He's so talented. He could pull it off tonight. We could see a big shock of the world, and Jepsen could get it done. Do you think that happens, Blair?
It could. The thing, like, Jepsen came up short in his JCW championship match last year against Stuart and Oliver. So he's hungry to grab that gold. And I would not put it past him to become the new champion, but that's a big roadblock in his way. And there's always the championship advantage. So will Carl Jepsen do it? I gotta say, no. I'm taking Tull. Taking Tull.
I'm going to go with Jepsen to shock the world tonight.
New champ, eh?
I'm going to put it out there.
Yeah.
Put it on the glass, as they say.
I like it. You can't go wrong with it. That's the thing.
No, I don't think you can. Don't get me wrong. Benjamin Tull is awesome, but he's had that thing for a while. Why not now? Why not some other big meaty man take it from him?
Hey, I'm okay with that. Two guys just beating each other up, two horses. Hell yeah. Let's get a little meat madness on a Saturday night. For the IWS Canadian Championship, we have that Bob Animal Anger facing off against the Prime Minister of Canada, Matt Viviani.
Do you have to bow to the Prime Minister in Canada, or do you just stand there nicely?
This is what we do. We just go.
You just do that. So if I bow to Matt Viviani. Matt Viviani is what Canada needs. And not only needs, it's what Canada wants, really. Sorry, Bob Anger, but it's Matt Viviani's. No, this is his country, so he's going to win.
Like, this one's tough because Bob, he is a solid veteran, but Matt is on such a high right now with that championship. He's been making the media rounds. He is everywhere. It is tough to pick against Matt Viviani right now.
Never.
I'm a fan of Casanova Productions, so I'm taking Matt Viviani.
Fun fact: the first time I ever talked to Matt Viviani, it was on a Blowing Off stream where we decided that Zach was an alien, and that's how that started. And we've never budged on our stance that Zach is an alien. So I never pick against my brother in arms, Matt Viviani. I'm not even from Canada, and I'd vote for him for Prime Minister.
Ophelia, she's asking about the meat madness that is Carl Jepsen and Benjamin Tull. This is on Triller tonight, so if you got your subscription, it's going to be locked.
I believe it's on at 8 p.m., maybe 7, but I think it's 8.
Yeah, that's
8 p.m. on Triller.
Eastern time, right?
Eastern time, yeah. So it'll be there. If you watch the show, you might see Zach, Lawrence, and Mike in the crowd, Ophelia, depending on how they shoot this thing. Sometimes you catch a glimpse of them. Like, remember seeing the one where Zach and Lawrence were holding the wrestler while he's getting chopped, and I've never seen Zach happier to be in that moment.
He was like a pig in mud there.
Yeah, dude, he was loving it. So you might see him. He might get used as a weapon tonight. He is in official wrestling gear right now.
He might run in.
That'd be something.
We have a 4-ways women's #1 contendership match with Melanie Havoc facing off against Sam Kelly, Leah Sparks, and Danny Leo. So the winner of this is going to be facing off against the winner of Katrina Creed versus LuFisto. All 4 of these wrestlers have something to prove tonight, and this is going to be a hell of a match.
Did you sigh because you forgot to take it off the loop?
No, I sighed because I'm
it was perfect time
for the match. It's just it's like a happy sigh. It's oh man, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a good one, and it'll be nice to see who Katrina's gonna face next because I'm calling it. I called it. Although any of those 4 against LuFisto would be fun too. So that's just gonna be a good match, and I've talked to Shane Hawk of IWS, and he said everybody goes out and tries to steal the show. So I can't imagine these 4 women aren't going to want to do the same. They're going to come out. That title shot matters. It means something. So, man, I expect big things out of this as I throw things on the ground over here.
You have such a mixed bag here because you have some veterans in here. You have some younger wrestlers. There are wrestlers of all skill level in this one, but the thing is, especially in a 4-way, is that it's up for anyone. All it takes is one pin, getting rid of one person just to get that advantage, and this is going to be, it's a tough one to pick. I've been going back and forth with my picks, but I'm taking Danny Leo in this. Danny's been on another level. crushing the promos in ring. I thought that I thought she should have been beaten LuFisto at the last show, and she should have been the number one contender already. So I'm saying she's going to get that tonight, and she's going to be challenging Katrina Creed at the next event.
I was going to pick that, but that you took it, so I'll take Melanie Havoc just for funsies, just to be different. But no, I think any four of them would be a great challenger for the IWS Women's Championship. I really do. It's not often that you get a four-way like that where you're like, I'm cool with all of them.
I think we have one more, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe two, but we'll find out right away because one of them might just be the event graphic. But we'll see. That's the IWS Dojo Showcase. My apologies. So you have a team. It's a team main event versus Team Dojo De Rock. I don't have the names of everyone involved, but I do know Stephen Maines is in there because you can see his abs through the graphic.
They tried to hide him, but you can still see him. That's how many abs that guy has. They're like, we'll try to mask it. Nope.
No, still shows through the graphics. So this is a huge opportunity for both teams, just to get more eyes on themselves. The bright lights are going to be on them. The cameras are going to be rolling. It's a huge opportunity for them to show what they can do. And I have no doubt that both these teams, they're going to be trying to steal the show with this match because this is one that might also be getting overlooked. So, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. They got something to prove. It should be a decent match.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I don't know too much about a lot of these guys, so I don't want to pretend like I'm going to give you some deep analysis. I know Stephen Maines really well, and he's got lots of abs. So whatever team he's on.
this is the epitome of a match where, you're checking this out. You're seeing wrestlers maybe for the first time or maybe the second time. So it's a chance just to learn more about them. You might find someone that you really like coming out of this, but it's an opportunity for us as fans to check out some new wrestlers and also for them to get more reps and perform on events. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Dude, that happens all the time with me. I'm always like, I don't know this person. And then I'm like, now this person becomes part of my weekly watching routine. So,
and last but not least, we have Ultimate Death. Dude. This match is going to be ridiculous.
I saw the graphic when I was putting these up, and I was just like, Lawrence wasn't kidding. This main event is going to absolutely, they're going to have to sterilize the arena.
Mm-hmm.
That's Broski Jimmy Lloyd. That's Allie Catch. That's Joey Janela and Effie taking on
PCP Manny, Green Phantom, Sexy Eddie, and Matthew St. Jacques. So
how did I forget Sexy Eddie's face?
I know.
I'm just so used to seeing his ass. Just so used to seeing his ass cheeks. I was like, "Who's the guy with the tongue?" And as soon as she said it, I was like, "Yep."
Sun's out, tongue's out.
No, this is and for anybody that may be watching this later or catching it back and then tunes into IWS because of us, if you've never seen an IWS show, their death matches are second to none in terms of if you like a good death match and you like something that's going to be brutal and hard hitting, this is the place for you. This match right here.
What's the over under on light tubes in this match? 35?
49 and a half.
49 and a half.
That's how you see. It's either over 50 or under.
Are you going over or under?
I'm going to go just under. Yeah. So 48.
Yeah. Okay,
but I think it's close.
I'll take the over. I think that there will be some sort of big light tube shenanigans. Yeah, and we're going to see
some big ass. How many can you put into a bundle and still? Well, maybe 10 a bus. So that could be even more. It could be 100. If they do it around the ring, like they do at some GCW shows,
because we don't know, there might be some the light tube contraptions, like the chairs or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. So the over's probably a safe bet. I do love though, this is my first ever IWS show that I watched. They were like, please, anybody under the age of this needs to be pushed back. They can't be in the first 3 rows, and they make everybody put on protective gear. That's how serious these death matches get. that one that what was the one? It was PCP Manny and Alley Catch and somebody else from a couple ones ago that I watched.
It was PCP Manny and
Lufisto
versus
yes.
Effie and Alley Catch.
That was insane.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine now you're adding Broski Jimmy to the mix and the Bad Boy Joey Janela, who's a death match. Like, he's a legend. And then, of course, PCP Manny, a bad boy, and our friend.
Bad boy.
And he's a follower of For Exposure, as so should you.
That was
all right. That was
okay.
So that was IWS.
Who do you got? Who
do I got? Oh my God! I'm gonna go with Team. I'll call him Team Canada.
Yeah.
Because it feels like Team G. Actually, we'll call him Team IWS because it feels like this is like GCW. This seems like there's going to be a precursor. Because aren't we going to get an IWS GCW crossover again soon? Like, I feel like that's round the bend.
They did one last year, so hopefully they do another one.
Maybe this is the spark that and get us another one because that was so much fun last year. So I'm going to go with Team IWS.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I love Effie and I love Alley Cash and I love Janela and Broski Jimmy. But I think they're going to show out in their home.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it'll be a good one, and I'm taking Team IWS too. It's tough to pick against them.
Yeah, Green Phantom rules, by the way.
And plus, Sexy Eddie's such a solid dude.
You love Sexy Eddie. He's your boy.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Over under, is he going to get how naked is he going to get? Put a percentage on that.
I'll say
it's a death match.
Oh, 99% naked. The only thing on him will be the hair and his boots.
In a death match?
Speckling of chest hair.
I should watch that with Mrs. Pluggo. Because she likes Effie. Because he wears daddy on his trunks. Sexy Eddie gets into the mix, and it's a death match. Her reactions to that would be fun. I should do that. Mrs. Pluggo, what are you doing later?
Maybe film it, and then we can film her reactions, and then we can put it on next week's show.
We'll see what she's into. See if I can make it happen. She might be in her new book chair.
You never know.
In her own world, but we'll try. That'd be a fun one to watch with her.
So we got some tidbits, and we are getting in peak WrestleMania season. So all of the stuff for the collective is starting to come out. So we got a whole bunch of that stuff.
Good stuff coming out.
We're just going to start running through all the upcoming stuff and talk about it. So for the culture announced Suj D versus our favorite Alex Kane.
Boomayah, Boomayah.
Had a big victory over Bobby Fish at MLW on Thursday, which you watched following Between Two Beards. And I'm hyped on this. Like, Alex Kane is such a great dude. Glad he's getting this opportunity. And Suj D, I mean, hey, he's been crushing it on the indies. So I'm very stoked for this one. A huge opportunity for both of them.
And it's for the Pan-African World Diaspora Wrestling Championship, which is a huge deal. That's a huge recognized championship by PWI. So, and he took it off of Trish Adora and her monumental run. So Alex Kane, he'd want to hold on. He wants that gold, especially after losing that MLB championship. But I think this is just going to be a cool match for both of them. I think they're both going to show out. And that's going to be one where I'm definitely going to have to stay up late because it starts at 11:59 p.m. on Friday, April 5th.
That one's going to be all you, buddy. But they also announced the World of Lucha, so we're starting to get wrestlers announced for that one. Oni El Bandito, who is Big Tater's favorite wrestler, he got announced for the show.
And he beat Myron Reed last night?
Yeah. So we got Oni El Bandito. We have Arez, who is incredible. The way he's able to work submissions into his match and just some of the strange things he's able to do is fantastic. So there's Arez, there's Aramis, we've got Gringo Loco, Pimpinella Escalarda,
very cool,
Dolce Tormenta, and also announced Commander. I'm curious if we are going to see Sunday, May 5th. I thought that was going to be at Collective Weekend.
I don't know. It's Cinco de Mayo, Gringo de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo. Maybe that's why they're doing it. Maybe it makes sense.
It
I don't know.
It
Doesn't matter. It's still going to be a fun show. Those shows are always so fast paced and fun, and just if you like that style of wrestling, like this is your Super Bowl.
Considering this is in May, there's a chance that Vikingo will be back from his knee surgery, so you might see him on this card too. So
maybe.
And a friend of mine actually bought a used worn Vikingo helmet.
Yeah,
autographed and everything. It's on his way to him. I was like,
nice.
You have to wear it. I want to see what you're going to look like with this helmet on.
I met Vikingo once. He's a very nice guy. He's short. He's a short king. I was surprised when I walked up to him because every time I saw pictures of him, like I've seen him wrestle, but like every time I saw pictures of him, he looked just so imposing and big. And then I like walked up to him and I was like, "Hi, how are you?" And he was just so nice and sweet, and he's a badass.
So, for some Canadian stuff, Dusk Pro has an upcoming show, March 29th. Announced for it is Daniel Maccabee versus Trish Adora, which should be an incredible match. Daniel Maccabee, incredible wrestler, very technical sound. Trish Adora has been crushing it. And the one I'm very hyped up on is this bad boy. Moral Panic taking on Sinner and Saint. I do not think Moral Panic knows what they are in store for, because Sinner and Saint, they are we're fans of those two. Both of us are fans.
Yeah, if they knew what they were up against, you think could he be smiling?
Not a chance. Not a chance. So I'm hyped up on that one. It's a huge opportunity for Moral Panic, but Travis and Judicrous they're next level. Those two guys, they could be signed anywhere and be crushing it there. So it'll be a good one. That's March 29th. And here's one more from Collective Weekend. I don't think we talked about this one. Nick Nemeth versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
I'm gonna cut that off real quick. What? No, what? That is insane. That's gonna rule. When is that? April 4th?
That is April 4th. Thursday, April 4th at 4 p.m.
Count down to that. That's gonna be awesome.
How hyped up are you for that one? That's a good one, eh?
Dude, not only because, like, of course, again, we love Speedball, but Nick Nemeth, everybody is always he's a fantastic wrestler, and he's doing this indie run and he's doing the TNA stuff, and it's like we're gonna get to see what this is his wheelhouse, Bloodsport. Like, could you, if you would have said like 5 years ago, hey, we'd get Dolph Ziggler and Bloodsport, you'd be like, you're crazy.
I need a Matt Cardona match at Bloodsport where he just does headlocks.
That would be something if we could get him to do a Bloodsport match, but it was all sports entertainer like. Oh man, he's getting booed yesterday.
Talk about the crowd hating him; they would despise that.
But no, Nick Nemeth and Speedball and Bloodsport, that's like a match made in heaven right there. That's going to be must see.
Upcoming show, Danhausen was announced for some GCW shows. Well, next Saturday he's going to be facing off with Charles Mason. I'm sure we will be previewing that show. So that's one to look forward to.
Talk about a contrasting of styles right there.
No kidding, eh? So there's that one. We also have the next night, Blake Christian defending the GCW World Championship against Masha Slamovich.
The rematch. Let's go. That's going to rule.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity, and that's as long as Blake defeats Eric Cannon at GCW tonight. So,
well, Masha made pretty quick work of Eric Cannon last night, so
that's disappointing.
It wasn't quick. Well, you know what I mean. It was a good match, but it was she won pretty.
I'm glad we didn't do picks because I was going to take Eric Cannon because I'm thinking like, well, he's got a championship match next night. You want him to look strong, but I guess Brett doesn't believe in the same booking as I do.
Yeah, if he when we saw that, I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, way to give Eric Cannon Masha Slamovich ahead of his GCW world title match.
Come on, bro.
Good one. Poor guy. I guess he wanted to give him, but that was the thing too. That was like, that's going to be because you already promoted the Masha Blake match as a rematch, and then you basically told me last night that John Wayne Murdoch wasn't winning.
Yeah.
And then you're telling me tonight that Cannon ain't winning. You shouldn't. Maybe we should have waited it out a little bit, or you could have maybe booked some stipulation stuff there. Like, if you get through this and this, I'll give you a rematch.
Like, I think they almost need to, like, when they do the graphics promoting the shows, being like, also mentioning that, like, this is coinciding with, you know, so and so. If they win, then they'll be challenging instead. You know,
put up the the graphic where it's like Eric Cannon and Blake Christian get Masha next week.
Yeah,
whoever wins, because the way, and that's my only pet peeve with like GCW socials is the way that it's, because that's, you saw that more than you saw the matches for tonight and last night, because they promote ahead, which they should. I don't blame them, but like, you're basically telling me when I sit down to watch Blake Christian and John Wayne Murdoch that Murdoch has no shot because you're promoting it as the rematch next week, March 10th.
You can do that, but what I need then is, like, you know, for maybe you have a title change and then you have to, you know, change the graphics afterwards, you know. But like, you have to do something, or else it's going to be, the unpredictability is not there, you know, all along.
Right. That's why I don't disagree.
I think this is one more GCW one, and you know I'm hyped on this one. Jacob and Zilla Fatu taking on Bang and Matthews March 23rd.
You know how I know you're hyped for this one?
Because we did this one last week.
Yeah, this was a tidbit last week too.
I thought maybe, but I was like, it doesn't matter. We'll show it again.
You know, it's funny because you sent it to me and I was like, I already have that one queued up. I don't even have to put that in the graphics.
It's okay.
But no, that's awesome. It's going to rule, man. Zilla Fatu rules. Bang and Matthews is one of the best independent tag teams on the planet. I have no doubt in my mind. And Jacob Fatu, I don't think I can say enough good things about how he's just incredibly talented. And it might not be long before we see those Fatu boys in another promotion that we don't talk about on this said show.
This one has ties to LPW.
Oh, yes. I like that.
West Coast Pro announced Starboy Charlie facing off with Alan Angels, who's going to be facing off the Thickness Reed Matthews at LPW this month. So Alan Angels could be draped up in some gold when he's challenging Reed Matthews.
The front man could take on the Thickness with the West Coast Pro Championship. Maybe he wins it, and maybe West Coast Pro and LPW can work something out where that becomes the West Coast Pro Championship match. I'd like to see Reed Matthews get some West Coast Pro love. I'm here for that. I'm booking money right now. Let's just make that official.
And West Coast Pro has been doing a great job throwing their matches up on, or throwing the shows up on YouTube originally for the first broadcast, then putting it up on IWTV. So watching live, you can watch for free. If you want to go back to watch it, IWTV.
That's going to be a good match. Starboy Charlie's fantastic.
Also for another one announced. Sorry, I thought it was a West Coast Pro one, but I'm mistaken, I guess. It is Queen Aminata, Chigusa Nagoya, Takumi Aroha facing off against Mio Momono, Sandra Moon, and Masha Slamovich. That's March 23rd at the United Irish Cultural Center in San Francisco. I think this is a Marvelous and West Coast Pro combined show, if I'm not mistaken. So this is actually Chigusa's last match in North America.
Oh, that's going to be a good one. That's another fun six-way, 3-on-3. I can't
trios.
Speak. Trios, not a six-way match.
It's trios, but it's
maybe it turns into a six-way. I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's gonna rule, man. That's a good one too. Oh, I love me some Sandra Moon. She's so much fun.
Nicest person in wrestling, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, it seems like it. She seems like she would be super, super nice.
And last but not least, I was kind of saving this one because I think this is going to be a really great match. I'm very happy to see this person back wrestling. It is Kylie Ray facing off against Mayu Yamashita at Prestige Roseland 8. That's April 14th out in Oregon. So stoked that Kylie Ray's back wrestling. And this is a huge opportunity for her. So I'm hyped up on this one. It's going to be a great match.
Oh, definitely. I love Kylie Ray. I'm glad she's back. The wrestling world is better with her in it. Mayu Yamashita is fantastic. I think you're gonna have yourself. That might be an April banger of the month, Blair.
It
might be. It's looking good. There's gonna be a lot of good matches in April.
Yeah. it's going to be tough for the April match of the months because it's just one of those things with the collective and all that stuff. It's tough.
There's going to be a lot of people left off the list, but not because they didn't show out, just because we can only the building is filling up. For Zach is live on location saying the building is filling up. Zach, if you're listening, so that start at 7 or does it start at 8? Because it's 6:50 Eastern right now for me, so I think it's probably 7. Then it's got to be close.
7. So we have 10 minutes left. We are going to run through the GCW card for tonight because maybe after you're done watching IWS, you're going to want to tune in to watch GCW. The option is there. There's some great matches tonight, and now we're going to talk about them. So there you go. We talked about it a little bit for the GCW World Championship. Blake Christian defending against Eric Cannon, a legend of the independents, a huge opportunity for Eric. And I'm happy to see Eric get this. He's been doing great stuff with First Wrestling, just an incredible wrestler. I'm hyped on it. And I mean, it's tough because you know that just how good Blake Christian is, but it's still a huge opportunity for Eric.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you there too. We talked about it already. I think obviously next week is Masha Blake, so it's got to be Blake. And no disrespect to Eric, but I don't think it was ever in question.
We have Billy Rock versus Billy Stark.
Yeah.
Say what?
Say what? Lord said this is going to be crazy. I think he's talking IWS, but yeah. Billy Starks, she won last night against Killer Kelly in a pretty fun match, so I think she's looking to do it again, back to back, and close to her hometown. I think she's in Indiana. Nope, Indianapolis isn't too far from where she's from in Kentucky, so it's going to be like almost a little homecoming. Close enough. It's within proximity.
I'm a big fan of Billy's indie stuff because I feel like the music just adds a little bit more to her, like her walkouts just make it that much more special. So like,
yeah, and she's so beloved on the indies.
Like if she ever turned heel, it would be the equivalent of when Steve Austin turned heel, and everyone was just like, "This is the worst idea ever."
No, it's pretty good. Heel Billy Starks. I've seen it. It rules. No, it does rule. I've seen it. It's crazy.
Alex Zane versus Calvin Tankman.
That dude, Calvin Tankman, baby.
Talk about a contrast in styles. Like, the thing is, Calvin can go. Like, he's a big dude, but he can move. So you get him, you get the unpredictability of Alex Zane, the high flying, contrast in styles, but it's still going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to be a sneaky good match.
And Alex Zane coming off a big win last night over Speedball, which I was surprised at that result. But Tankman is that dude, man. You can't count him out. And he, like you said, he can do some crazy stuff for being 300 plus pounds. So this is going to be a fun match.
Hold on. So Alex Zane got the win over Speedball. So it almost elevates him for this match tonight.
Yeah.
So you can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
you can on a GCW weekend, you can have a huge win on Friday and be the front runner on a Saturday and make it even bigger because you just won against Speedball Mike Bailey.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can do that. It is possible. Sometimes go ahead, we'll talk about this and I'll tell you my point.
Okay, sorry. Sawyer Wreck versus Steph DeLander. You know that I'm a fan of both of these.
Yeah.
Sawyer Wreck is my prediction for just to have a banger of a year. And Steph DeLander will be making her Winnipeg debut next weekend, challenging for the WPW Women's Championship against Silesia Sparks.
Oh, heck yeah.
So I'm hyped up on that. I'm also hyped up on this match. I can't wait to see these two go at it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here with, Steph DeLander and Matt Cardona calling out a lot of GCW people. There's just all this going on. So give me Sawyer Wreck, Steph DeLander one-on-one. That's going to be awesome, dude. It's going to be hard to pick because you know how I feel. I think Sawyer Wreck is one of my favorite wrestlers on the indies. She's just her energy, her vibe. And then, of course, Steph DeLander is just money. So, I hate to do it, but I think Steph DeLander gets it done, but I think she gets it done with some nefarious means. I think, she's got some people might help her out. But what I was going to say before we talked about the match is sometimes I think GCW gets into this mode where they they got these weekends and they know people are going to watch because they put on these bigger cards that sometimes they forget to like tell some more story, or like in the instance with Eric Cannon, if you're going to have him face Masha one night and then Blake the next night, knowing you're promoting Blake and Masha for a week out, figure out a way to tell that story where it doesn't seem like predictable.
Mm-hmm.
I think they lean on the fact that the cards are really stacked and there's a lot of talent where they're like, people aren't going to notice. But if you do watch every week, you are kind of like, oh, well, like, don't get me wrong. They're telling good stories with this Mance Warner, Effie and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's a really fun and like emotional story, but like, give me some of that with Blake too. And Masha. Like, I want some more interaction with them and tell me why you're not jobbing out Eric Cannon. That's not the right word, but like having him just lose back to back was kind of silly, or having him potentially, maybe he wins tonight. I don't know.
I just think in the grand scheme of things, it elevates the wrestler challenging for the title. And it's, why would you not have him win? If you don't want him to beat Masha, then don't schedule that match. Schedule someone that he can have the win over. Just to elevate him.
Look how badass he looked, and he's got a title shot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not he lost to Masha, so we know he's going to lose to Blake because I get what you get it. I get it. I think they could have did something there, and they could have figured something out, giving Masha a different opponent too.
So we got 3 more here for GCW. We've got Myron Reed versus Jack Cartwheel. I am expecting all of the flippy stuff in this one.
You know what I'm expecting? Are you ready? Ready? You know what I'm expecting? Do it.
What?
Do it. Do it. Say it.
Banger alert.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting with this one. I think it's going to roll. And forgot about that part. Banger alert 2.0. No, it's going to be a good match, fun match. I actually was shocked yesterday that Myron Reed lost. I couldn't believe they had him lose. I thought he was going to win, come into this, have a good, because he's on my list for a big 2024. So I'm excited.
We got that one. We have Mackie Death Kill facing off against the Rejects. And I did like your idea of when does Mackie take over MDK. Be like people. There's one comment I think where it's like, "That's the long con." Like that'd be great.
I thought you were going to yell at me for something so stupid, but I was sitting there last night and I was watching, and Maki Ito being gang affiliated is one of my favorite things in independent wrestling. But I was like, at some point, right? She's got to turn on the gauge and then try to take over the gang. Like that's the move, because everybody is so into her when she comes out that if she did that, she would get some people on her side. And then you have this like inner gang battle where Makito's leading the charge. I would love that. What's up, Dara the Amazing? Welcome into the chat room. We're just talking some GCW.
It'll be like when the NWO split up to NWO Black and White, and NWO Wolfpack will be MDK.
And she's like,
Mackie.
And like he comes out and he's like, "How's my fucking gang?" And she stops him. She's like, no, it's my fucking gang. And then we get Maki Ito, Nick Gage in a death match.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, dude.
Give him the book, Brett.
Look, Brett, I'm available, man. Call me. I could whip up some stuff, send it your way.
It's the smoke detectors.
That's how hot that angle would be.
That is how hot the angle is. The house is on fire.
Is your house on fire right now?
Last but not least, Violence is Forever, taking on the garbage daddies of Cole Radrick and Alec Price.
Are you muted? Do I need to take over the show?
No,
we need to call the fire department. This match is going to rule. I love Violence is Forever. I love Alec Price. I love Cole Radrick. It's going to be a fun tag match. It's going to be fast paced. Even though Violence is Forever does not like to go fast paced, they like to slow you down but it's tough to slow down Alec Price and Cole Radrick. So they're going to have to pick up the pace, but that's the beautiful thing about Violence is Forever. They can wrestle any style you throw at them.
So I'm hyped up for the card. I think there's a solid night of wrestling.
Stop the fire.
Now going down in a blaze of glory.
Go down the ship for the team, man. Blair's a gamer.
Going down in a blaze of glory, just like Bon Jovi.
One time, no joke, I was on a stream and my basement started flooding. And it was the first time we had Ella J on Beards. So I didn't want to be like, hey guys, I got to go. My basement is flooding. So I did the show with water up to my ankles. And yeah,
A consummate professional.
So then as soon as I got off stream, I was like, all right, let's get to work.
So if you're watching any of the shows tonight, let us know your thoughts. What stood out to you? Which were your bangers of the night? Let us know.
Where can they let us know that at?
Well, we're up on Twitter.
Yeah, where at?
Exposure.
There you go. At For Exposure Pod, because For Exposure was taken.
Because Pluggo's the one that does all the tweeting, so that's why he knows the exact handle. He's the mastermind behind
social media guru. I've been trying, man.
You've been crushing it. So pump your tires a little bit, my dude. You've been crushing it. So check us out on the Twitters. Myself, you can find me at Graymaker Pod and all podcasting platforms. Here every weekend with this gem doing this show. So check it out. We'll be back next week. Where can they find you, my good friend?
Well, you can find me at Pluggo on all your social medias. You search Pluggo, my face pops up. This one right here. You can find me Thursday nights, 8 p.m. on Love Wrestling with JPJ for Between Two Beards. Like you said, with you on Saturdays for Exposure. You can find me writing a little bit for lovewrestling.ca. You can find my podcast, Unplugged with Pluggo, on every podcast application. I've been doing that little thing. So, yeah, I got a little bit of everything going on.
Incredible. So thank you so much for joining us this week. Definitely check out IWS tonight. Incredible stuff. I'm sure you will see some recaps up on Love Wrestling from Zach, Lawrence, and Mike.
Yes.
Check out the GCW show tonight. Let us know all of your thoughts. We want to hear about it. We'll talk about that stuff and so much more next week on For Exposure. So make sure that you are here with us. Thanks for checking us out. Peace in the streets.